AWS Management Console. Please cross check your account is correct or not, and you are at Mumbai region or not. Because I have mentioned, okay, please try to select your nearest region, and our nearest region is Asia Pacific Mumbai. Okay, so yes, perfect. We are at Mumbai region only. So from here, either you can write down Amazon S3, otherwise you can go to the services and there is a storage service. See here, at last there is storage service. Click on the storage, right? Once you click on the storage, you will get Amazon S3. You can click on the S3. Perfect. So it is opening. Yes, Amazon S3 opened successfully. Now this is the console of Amazon S3. You know, what is Amazon S3? We can store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere, which I already explained. Got it? So if industry wants high scalability, high availability, and high security, or you can say high performance, then they are going with the Amazon S3. If industry wants to high scalability, high availability, and high security, they wants to store the data and retrieve the data from anywhere and any amount of data, then they will go with the Amazon S3. Got it? So what is the first step? As I already mentioned, the first step is always create a bucket, because you know, in the normal scenario, in the day-to-day life, in your laptop, you are just creating the folder. So same as we are not creating the folder, we are creating the bucket, right? So bucket is just like as a folder. So what you can do, once you log in with your AWS console, once you have written the S3, your S3 console will open. You can click on the create bucket, right? Perfect. See, so here always you can give the perfect name or good name for your bucket, right? But now try to understand. Once you open the Amazon S3, just try to see here what you are getting. Alright, we already selected the Mumbai region, but it is showing global. But it is showing global. So try to understand. Amazon S3 is a global service. Amazon S3 is a global service. Means now what is meant by global service? Suppose I have written or I have given my bucket name as Prashant. Suppose I have given my bucket name as a Prashant. That Prashant name will not accept if the same name is or same name bucket is already available in the world wide web. Got it? Means in the AWS, suppose there are n number of region, and from anybody or from any region, if anybody is already created the Prashant name bucket, you are not able to create a Prashant name bucket. Means what I want to conclude? I want to conclude Amazon S3 is a global service. So if you are giving any name to your bucket, that name will match, that name will compare with the buckets which are available in the worldwide. Got it? So in such a way that we need to give the name that will not match the worldwide, right? So I don't know what type of names are available. So I'm giving any random name. Suppose I will give the name Ki Prashant Demo Bucket 101. Suppose I given the name Prashant Demo Bucket 101. You can give any name. You can give any name. See here, as I already mentioned, this is Amazon S3 is a global service, but still they will ask you, yes, it is a global service. It will match with all the buckets which are available in all the region, but please tell us ki, in which region you want to store your bucket. So from here you can select the region. So I will select the nearest region as a Mumbai, AP South 1. So see here, the bucket name will cross-check with the region, also with worldwide, but our bucket is going to store in the Asia Pacific Mumbai region at AP South 1 availability zone. Got it? Yes, scroll down, scroll down. Next is object ownership, right? It's a disabled or enable. At a primary level, always disable the ownership because you want to be your own owner, right? Nobody will get ownership of your bucket, right? So always make it as disable. Scroll down. See here, block public access setting for this bucket. By default, try to understand. By default, your bucket is private. By default your bucket is private. If I untick this box, means now our bucket is public, right? But by default your bucket is private. So always try to make your bucket as a private only, right? So my bucket is private. If I untick this box, it means I'm making my bucket as a public, right? We'll make it as it is. Then just scroll down. So I will explain the bucket versioning in the next step. All right. So what is meant by tag? Tag means if you want to give any extra information about your bucket, then you can add the tag. So I want to give some extra information, like as this is my bucket, right? This is my bucket, and in which I'm going to store the suppose educational data. Educational data. You can give any extra information about your bucket here, right? So I given the name. This is my bucket, and I want to store my educational data. Right? Scroll down. So default encryption. By default, the default encryption is a disabled. You can enable it. Means that part is also I'm going to explain you. What is by encryption? Suppose you want to perform the or you want to give a high security. Is if you want to store something in the encrypted format, then also you can store that thing in the encrypted format. The by default encryption is disabled. If you just enable it, you will store the encrypted format data. Okay. So I will make it as it is, and at last I will create the bucket. So once I click on the create bucket, it is not allowing me to create a bucket. Why? Very good. So bucket name should be lowercase only. I have written PD and B in the capital letter, but try to understand the bucket name must be unique and it not contain the uppercase, right? So if you just create, it will create now. Perfect. Now it is creating. You will get a message, your bucket created successfully. See here, successfully created our bucket. Successfully created our bucket. You can close it, you can close it, you can close it, right? See here, our bucket got created, Prashant demo bucket 101, which is created in the Asia Pacific Mumbai region. If you just see the access, bucket and object not public. What they have written, bucket and object not public, because I already explained by default it is a private one. When we created on June 9th, this is the time and UTC time, right? So this is the detail about our bucket. So what is the next step? See here, we have created the bucket. Step number one is over. What is step number two? We can upload the object. Suppose I want to upload some educational data. So that data I'm going to access from anywhere. So I will upload the object, right? So again, you can go here. You can click on the bucket. Means we open the bucket, right? So our bucket is open now. So here you will get option to upload the data, right? Here you will get option to upload the data. So how you can upload? You can click on the upload. Otherwise, see inside the bucket, if you want to create a folder, you can create a folder. If you don't want to create a folder, directly you can upload the data, right? You can click on the upload button. You can click on the upload button, and from here you can add the files. So you can click on the add files. Now I'm going to add some files from the desktop, right? Suppose let us consider I have this luxury gift, right? Suppose I have one image called as luxury gift. See here, you can upload mp3, mp4, then you can add html file, csv file, you can text file, notepad, wordpad, you can upload any kind of file which is acceptable, right? For demo purpose, I am uploading one image. So I just click on the open button. See here, luxury gift.jpg, right? I have selected, and now I am going to upload it. So we just click on the upload button. We just click on the upload button. See here, I have uploaded successfully. Now it is uploading. You will get the message uploaded successfully. Perfect, right? So see here, before going to close this window, try to understand what is the destination of your object. The destination of your object is in the Amazon S3 colon double slash. There is a bucket, Prashant demo bucket 101, and there is your object called as luxurygift.jpg. Click on that object, right? If you click on that object, see here, you will get the path of your object, right? So what is the path? See here, in the Amazon S3 bucket, there is a Prashant demo bucket 101, and inside there is a luxury gift.jpg. Luxury gift.jpg, right? So see here, if you just go to the Amazon S3 bucket which you created, and if you click on the luxury gift.jpg, which the file which you uploaded, right here, you will get object URL. Here you will get object URL. You can copy that object URL. Yes, I copied it successfully, and you can paste here. You can paste here. You can click on the enter button. See here, you are getting a message, access is denied. You are not able to open, access is denied. Why? What is the reason why we are not able to open? Because we have not made our bucket as a public, right? So see here, from the public, you can say URL, or from the public IP address, I'm just trying to open that object. I will not get permission to open the object. Why? Because my bucket is a public, right? My bucket is a public. So I will just give you one example and try to explain you. See here, suppose let's consider another example. This is your Mintra website, right? What is this? This is your Mintra website. On the Mintra website, suppose there is a there is a product, right? Suppose you want to purchase some flowers. Suppose you want to purchase some flowers, and on that there is my product called as luxury.jp, luxury flowers or luxury image.jpg, right? There is my folder. Sorry, there is my product luxury.jpg, right? So once you will search on the Mintra, you want to purchase a flowers. Once you will search on the Mintra, you will get my product luxury flowers.jpg. What you will do? First, you will click on it, right? Once you will click on it, you are seeing the images. First image, second image, right hand side view, left hand side view, right? So we are able to see that images. I Because for each and every images are uploaded into the Amazon S3 bucket. Try to understand your Amazon, Flipkart, Mintra, what they are doing. They also created the S3 bucket, in which they created the bucket for furniture images, suppose stationery images, some gift products, right? And so on. So there are n number of images, n number of objects are uploaded, right, in the proper way. So once you open the image, once you click on the image, automatically that image is getting reflected in the browser. How this is possible? Same thing I'm trying to explain you. See here, let us consider this product I want to display on the Mintra website. So I will just upload the object. Once anybody will open the object, once anybody will open the object, they will get a URL. This URL is always at the back end of the image. It's on the Mintra website. At the back end of this image, this is the website, right? This is the web URL. If you're clicking on the image, means simply you are clicking on the URL, and that is opening in the new tab. Now here, why it is not opening in the new tab? Because still I have not made our bucket as a public. See here, but still if you want to check I have uploaded correctly or not, you want to open your object in the private mode. How to open your object in the private mode? There is an option called as open. So just click on the open button. Yes, I click on the open button. It is reflected in the new tab. See, this is a bunch of flowers, right? Yeah, we uploaded the correct file. We uploaded the correct file, and now we are able to see. Similarly, if you just open on this, you can say image, at the backend there is this URL, and once you click on it, it is opening in the new tab, right? So if you are just clicking on the next button, there are n number of buckets of your luxury images that will open. Got it? Now my next target or next part is, see here, I have explained how to create a bucket, how to create a bucket, how to upload the object. But now I want to show you what is the access, right? As you know, there are two types of access. The first one is public and second one is the private. I have shown how you are opening your objects in the private mode, right? You are just clicking on the open button. See here, there is an open button. You are just clicking on the open button. It is opening in the private mode. But if you want to open in the public mode, how to open it? Now this is the main important question, right? So see, now be careful. Again, you can go to the bucket. So I come to the bucket, right? Click on your bucket. Yes, now this is your bucket, right? In the bucket, there are properties, permission, metrics, management, and access. First, we can click on the properties, right? So see here, we want to learn a maximum thing like as what is bucket, versioning, tags, and all, right? But I will try to explain you, means I want to explain you how we can make your bucket as a pub. right? How we can make your bucket as a public. So for that purpose, what you want to do, you want to go to the permissions, not in the properties, you want to go to the permissions. So in the permission, you will get the same option, block public access. So if you click on the edit button, see here, this was the earlier option, which is already a tick. If you untick it, means you given the public access. You given the public access, scroll down it and save it, right? And you can give the confirmation. Yes, I want to make my bucket as a public, and you can click on the confirm button. Perfect. Changes saved. Now you come to the, you can say your URL. You come to the URL and try to refresh it. Click on the enter. Still, I am getting access denied option. Still, I am getting access denied. Why? Because if you just make your bucket as a public, it means all the objects or your bucket is not getting into the public, you can say mode, right? If you want to make your bucket as a public, so you need to follow two steps. What is the first step? We come to the permission, we come to the block public access, and we make this block public access as a public, right? So there is a next option called as bucket policy. This is very very important. See, in the permission only, we need to think about all the option. First we make our bucket as public. Now the second option is bucket policy, right? Now try to understand this carefully. Just click on the edit button. See here, now they will show you one policy example, and there is option called as a policy generator, right? So by default they have written one policy, but this is not, this policy is not useful for us, right? Because with the help of this policy we are not able to see our object in the public mode. If you just click it, it is not, you can say, opening, it is not opening, right? So that's why we need to write some policy. So how to write a policy? See, as a AWS developer, AWS is provided maximum things you can generate automatically. So I will show you how to generate the how to generate the policy, right? So you can click on the policy generator. It will open the new tab. The new tab, right? Now I will show you how to write the code, right? How to generate the code. See here, in step number one, for which purpose we want to write a policy? We want to write a policy for Amazon S3 purpose, right? So from here, I will select the policy for S3 bucket. So I have selected S3 bucket. Again, I am repeating. In step number one, you want to select for which purpose you want to write a policy. I want to write a policy for Amazon S3 bucket purpose. So I will write S3 bucket. Scroll down. In step number two, they will ask you add a statement. So effect. What effect I want to give? I want to allow the object or I want to deny the object. Means if anybody, for example, Mintra have n number of customer, if they wants to purchase a luxury flowers, they will write www.mintra.com. They will try to click on the object and they are getting, if they are getting access denied option, they will purchase your product. No, they will not purchase the product. Means what I want to say, Mintra have n number of customer, so anybody from anywhere can access your object. So we are allowing. That's why you want to give allow permission or deny permission. We want to give the allow permission. So I will click on the allow button. So what is meant by principal? Principal means if you are storing all the luxury flowers images into that bucket and user wants to see all the images, means user will see all the images and then only he will purchase. So what is meant by principal? Principal means you are giving the permission, right? See, zero means it will access the first object only, and star means it will accept access all the objects which are available in the bucket. So always try to write down the star. Star means the things which you have uploaded in the bucket, then all things are going to access by your customer, right? Your customer will access all the objects which you are going to put into that bucket, right? That's why we have written the star. Star means all, like as zero or more, one or more, only one. Similarly, there is a star means all the object, right? Now next one is, what is the action? Which action? See, mainly we are working in Amazon S3, mainly we are working on the two object, or you can say two things, get object and put object. Yes, we are allowing the users, Mintra user, to get the objects. They want the object. They want to access the object. This which policy you want to generate? You want to generate a policy for get object. So you can scroll down in the get. You will get option called as get object and click on it. Right. So once you will go through this policy generator, you will try to select different. You will get idea what are the different policies. Right. So I have selected the get object. See, one action selected called as get object. Now there is next option Amazon resource name, which is also called as ARN. So from where you will get the ARN? See here, you will get the ARM from your previous window. Once you clicked on the policy generator, at the bottom only there was a bucket ARN. You can copy that ARN and you can paste here. See, I have pasted. What is this? This is your URL. This is your URL. But if anybody is writing a slash, if anybody is writing a slash, right, means for example, let us understand ki suppose we have written mintra.com slash, you can say luxury. Suppose you know the specific URL, what you will write? Luxury images, right? Otherwise, what you will write? Gift, gift product. Yes, you will write this type of complete URL. So what is meant by slash? So slash means if you are writing anything after the slash, that will be open as per your user's requirement, right? So in the ARN only, try to understand always when you will copy paste the ARN, at last write down slash star. Slash star means after this ARN, if anybody is typing something that will match with your bucket, which is available or not, and if it is available, that user will get to access that things, right? And you can click on the add statement. See here, I have clicked on the add statement, which is created, and now you can click on the generate policy. Code is automatically created. So for that policy, one ID is generated. This is the version. For this simple ID, the action is S3 get object. The effect is allow. We have written the ARN. At last, there is a slash star. And the principle is if anything we have put it into the bucket, that can be allowed. So you can copy this thing and copy this code. Control C and close it. You can go to the back right, and here they have already given a sample code. You can cut it and you can paste our new code. So I have pasted our new code and just scroll down and click on the save changes. Click on the save changes, right? So you got it. What we did initially, I have created the bucket, uploaded my object called as luxury image. Then I want to check the access. Initially it was a private access. I tried to open the object, it was not opening. Then I tried to open the object in the private mode. We saw how to open in the private mode, but now we are working on the public mode. I explained how to open in the public mode. In the public mode we are going to the permission, and in the permission first we have make the block public access is enabled, and then we have written some bucket policy and we saved it, right? We saved it. Now what is the next? The next is if you want to check now anybody from outside the world want to access your bucket, he or she can access or not. You can go to the bucket, right? This is my bucket. Perfect. You can click on your object. This is the object. And now this is the object URL. You can copy paste it and you can paste in the new window. Yes, it will open. Perfect. Now it is opening, right?